you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hey, welcome. My name is Dianne, and I am super excited that you found your way here. Okay, you guys, visuals are back. We are back with the visuals, okay? This is my face. I'm showing y'all my whole face. Here's my face. It's right here just for y'all, okay? Yes, so this video is going to be about my recap for the challenge season 32, episode 12. So go ahead, get your cups, and let's get right on into this video. You guys, I need my eyebrows done, so to represent how I'm feeling today, hello. Get your cups. Let's go.
All of these detours, I cannot be sure if this is the right way, but I stay on pace. Yeah, I'm on my way. Tell them I'm on my way. On my way, on my way, on my way. I'm on my way. Tell them I'ma get there, surely.
Okay, so this episode starts off with us on our way to the club. You know, after these challenges, they let us go out to the club to unwind, listen to some good music, have some drinks, and of course, talk game. Now, Johnny and Tony can really relax tonight. They just won the challenge, which means they have the power vote, and then also they're safe from elimination. So their team can't be voted in. So they really can just have a good time tonight, right? So over in the corner, Nelson and Tony are having a conversation, and Nelson is just trying to pick Tony's brain to kind of see, you know, where him and Johnny are going to send these votes to. And Tony is real tight-lipped. Tony is like, I don't know, you know, it's up in the air. I don't know what we're doing. We haven't made a for sure decision. And so Nelson is just like, okay, cool. Well, when you guys decide, if it happens to be me and my team, then just give me a heads up. Like, let me know. Do me that one solid and just let me know. And so Tony is like, okay, yeah, sure, I got you. So then, you know, we get to see Tony's confessional, and he's just like, well, you know, they're going to come for their team, but it's not so much for Nelson. He made it, you know, clear that if this was a solo game, he wouldn't be coming for Nelson. Like, Nelson wouldn't be on his radar. But because his partner is Grandpa, you know what I mean? And Grandpa is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, him and his helmet, rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, right? And so Tony is like, you know, that's why we have to do what we have to do. It's because of him. And I totally agree with him, because in this game, your partner is you. You and your partner are one. I used to tell Jose all the time, we are one. There's no more you and me. It's just us. I am you, you are me, we are us in this thing together. So when somebody fires a gun, right, and they're trying to hit Helmet, the bullet is going to ricochet onto Nelson. And that's pretty much what's going on in this game right now. He's having a conversation with Ashley, and she's telling him that Hunter is upset with her because of what she did with Kyle and how their communication is off. And, you know, she just wants to get things back on track because they're not really seeing eye to eye right now, you know, and Hunter is just like, I can't deal with it. You know, she gets drunk every night. She's always in some stuff, you know, and she's not really performing well in these challenges. And so that's really starting to bother Hunter, because he's like, this is interfering with my coin. Like, I came to make a coin. I didn't come here for all this extra shit that you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So back at the house, Ashley is in the bed and she is crying. She's crying because I guess everybody is on her about, you know, her having sex with Kyle, and it's starting to get to her. She said in her confessional she was tired of apologizing for doing the same thing that guys do, meaning her and Kyle are doing the same thing. You know, Kyle is out here having sex, she's out here having sex. It just so happened they had sex together, you know. And so her thing is, if Kyle can do it and no one says boo to him, then how come when I do it everyone wants to boo to me, you know? And y'all already know how I feel about that subject, so I don't even need to go into detail about that. If you don't know how I feel about that subject, then I have a video entitled Slut Shaming. Go and check that out. That's how I feel about that whole situation. But, you know, yeah, that's just how she's feeling right now. She's feeling like, you know, it's not fair that Kyle gets to do this, but when I do it, then everybody's down my throat about it. So she's in her feelings about that. So then she goes outside, and while she's outside, her, Sylvia, and Amanda are having a conversation, you know, and she's still crying about the situation. And Hunter comes outside, and Hunter tries to, I don't know if he was about to confront her or what he was about to do when he walked up to her. But Sylvia was just like, no, don't come out here. Go back in the room, go back in the room, go back in the room. And so when he goes into the room, he goes around the guys and he calls Ashley a slut. That was wrong. As a matter of fact, I think he said, if this effing slut cost me $1 million, I'm going to come for her family, or I'm going after her family, or something like that. And I'm just like, whoa, you called her a slut and then you threatened her family. Like, what are you doing? That's out. you know, and I don't even like this chick, but that's out. You know, we don't do that, you know, and I know that I have called Ashley some choice words, but it's a different type of thing when the words shouldn't be coming from anybody. Let's just say that, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, because I said, no, like, no, the words shouldn't be coming from anybody. But the fact that it came from a man, it's a total different feeling. Like if I called her a bunch of sluts, okay, and we're going to go back and forth. But when a man calls you a slut, it's a total different feeling. Just like with this bitch thing, you know, I've tried to refrain from saying the word bitch since the whole altercation happened with me and the helmet, you know what I mean? And I just want people to understand, like, girls, when they call each other bitches, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. But it doesn't have as much of an effect as when a man calls you a bitch. Like, it's a total different feeling. Like, you just said that with all the bass in your voice, sir. So, you know, that's why I don't understand when the helmet's, you know, 3 fans try to defend him calling me a bitch. It's like, no, there's no defending that. And the same thing with this situation. There's no defending him calling her a slut. That was out of pocket. Like, Hunter, you were wrong. You were very wrong for that, you know, regardless of how you felt, regardless of how she was making you feel and how frustrated you were, those words should have never came out your mouth, you know. So the deed is done, and now we're moving on. So it is the next morning, and it is time for nominations. Cara and Johnny are having a conversation. Cara, Johnny, and Tony are having a conversation on the balcony, and Cara's just trying to figure out where the boys are throwing their votes. And, you know, they're tight-lipped, of course. They're like, well, we don't know what we're going to do, this, that, and the third. So Cara throws out Ashley and Hunter, and she's like, you know, if they go into elimination, they're gonna try to make a big move. And so Tony was like, that sounds just like Hunter. He has a huge ego. You know, he said his thing was, I'm better than you and I can beat you. And I agree with that. Like, Hunter does have a bit of an ego. When he first came into the house, and, you know, we went out to the club, the first time we went out to the club together, Jose introduced me to him, and we were sitting at the table, and he's like, yeah, you know, because I've done this before, and I ain't afraid of nobody, and I'm this, and I beat this person, and I did that, and I came to get it, and I'm da-da-da-da-da. And he's just talking to me, and the way he's talking to me, I'm just like, you have no idea who the fuck you're talking to, do you? But I'm gonna let you continue. Go ahead. So he's doing it, all this talking or whatever. He's trying to intimidate me because I'm a rookie, right? So he's trying to intimidate me. So I let him say everything he had to say, and then when he finished, I said, now let me let you know who I am, okay? So I politely let him know who I am and that I could not be intimidated, and that everything he's saying to me is like, yeah, I feel you, but that's the game. So just play it. All this we don't need to do all that. Just play the game. So he rubbed me the wrong way immediately. Like, first impression was horrible. I was just like, this ain't it. So yeah, I totally understood what Tony was saying when he came out about that ego. It's really huge. So the Chrysanthemums and Marie are downstairs in the bathroom. You know, Ashley is in one tub and the helmet is in another tub, and they're having a conversation about nominations. Like, they're coming up with this plan on what to do. No, correction. The helmet came up with a strategy, this master plan, as he called it, about going into nominations. And so as he's, you know, spitting the plan out, all of the Chrysanthemums are like, the fuck? Like, they don't know. They don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't know. In fact, like, in their confessionals, the producers were like, okay, so what's your strategy going into nominations? And everybody just kind of like was like, you know, everybody was like a deer in headlights because didn't nobody know what the hell he was talking about. Like, I keep saying, dude is not a genius. Like, dude is not a mastermind. He's an idiot. He is an idiot. And so the sooner and the quicker you guys learn that, the better off you'll be. Now it's time for nominations. Everyone goes in and they cast their votes of who they want to send into elimination. And now it's me and Jose's turn. And we finally get to vote for Zach and Amanda. Like, it's been a long time going. But we finally get to vote for Zach and Amanda. You know, even if it's just our one little vote, we still get to vote for them. They have been messing with us literally since I got out of the coffin in South Africa. And now we finally get an opportunity to vote for them. So that was a good feeling. Johnny and Tony go in there and they make it very clear who their 2 target teams are. And it's Nelson and the helmet, and then it's also Ashley and Hunter. But Nelson and the helmet are top priority, right? So they go in there and they cast their vote. Boom. Time to go to Armageddon. We get to Armageddon and it's time to light up the city, okay? Once again, we have a 3-way tie. The three teams that lights come up are Zach and Amanda, me and Jose, and then Nelson and the helmet. So at this point, Bananas and Tony get to, of course, pick which team they want to send into elimination. And of course, they send in Nelson and the helmet. So when they go down and stand next to TJ, TJ lets them know, just like with our elimination, they get the buffet. They get to pick whoever they want. So when they go off in the corner to deliberate, of course, the first names that come out of the helmet's mouth are me and Jose. I don't know. I think he loves the way my name tastes in his mouth. I don't know what it is, but that's the first thing that he said. So I'm like, you know, and I hear him when he says this. So I'm like, okay, let's go to war. Like, I look at Jose, I'm like, we're battling tonight. So get prepared. Mentally check in, because the time is now, right? I'm always ready. For these eliminations, I'm always ready, because I feel like we're always going to have a target on our backs. We're always going to be the ones that they want out. So every time we walk up to an elimination, I mentally prepare myself like, Davon, this could be your night. So be ready, you know? So they come back. Oh, Nelson says, no, I want to make a big move. I want to change this game. I'm not going to follow suit and do like everybody else and come for Davon and Jose. I'm going to do something big. So he comes back over to TJ and he lets them know, like, this isn't a thing of, you know, following suit. This is more of a respect move, and I want to go for the big guns. So he calls out Kyle and Brad, and Kyle is pissed. Brad is livid. Together, they are hot, okay? Boiling. So at this point, all four of them are pissed off. You know, Nelson is upset because he asked Tony to give him a heads up and Tony didn't. Brad and Kyle are like, why the hell are we here with all of these people, all these other teams up here? Why are we standing down here? And then even the helmet is upset for being in elimination. I think in his confessional, he was even like, Bananas and Tony are total snakes. And I'm sitting there like, you got your nerve. The last thing you can call anybody else in this cast is a snake. The way your ass been slithering around this whole damn season. Get your ass somewhere. Sit down some damn where. So now it's time for them to get into the challenge. Y'all, this challenge was a whole ass mess. A complete mess, okay? But it was funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed through the whole damn thing. So with this challenge, the team has to get the most balls into the bin. Now, while they're doing that, each member on the team, gosh, why did that take so long? Each member on the team has this plunger. And you take the plunger and you guys pick the ball up and get on the treadmill. Now, the treadmill is going opposite ways. So one person is going this way and the other one is going this way, right? You guys make it to the bin, drop the ball in the bin, and keep doing that over and over and over until the first team gets 10 balls in the bin, right? And that's the team that wins. So boom, the challenge begins, and you guys, these teams started dropping like flies. I mean, both teams, every time they hit that treadmill, bam, 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 was falling. And I'm like, you know, I'm genuinely concerned for the helmet because he a little up there in age. You know, he could easily broke a hip or something like that. So I'm genuinely concerned, you know. For him, I'm concerned. I just want him to be okay, you know. I'm lying my ass off. I laughed so hard, y'all. That was the funniest shit ever. Watching him, every time he bit it, I cackled. I'm not gonna lie. But the very first time he fell, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but the very first time he fell, I did feel bad. And I was like, oh, snap. But once I saw that he was okay and he got up and he brushed that shit off like it was nothing, oh, the rest of the competition, I cackled. Every time he fell, I cackled. Because, I mean, you're good. You're not injured. You're not hurt. I mean, it's not like you're dying. So Nelson's team starts to find their groove. They've gotten into the swing of things and they know how this works now, right? So boom, they start getting their balls in the bin. And before you know it, they have all 10 balls in the bin and they win the elimination. Meaning they're sending Kyle and Brad into the redemption house with Paulie. Whew. Child. So we get back into the main house and Kara walks in the room and discovers that Kyle has left her his necklace and one of his rings. And immediately she starts melting all over again. I mean, just clean up on aisle 5, just melting, okay? Like, why is it that why do we do that, you guys? Like, why can a person come into our lives and hurt all our little feelings, okay? All of our little feelings, right? And then do the smallest little the smallest little gesture. But because it's sweet, we're back to goo goo gaga and, you know, these googly eyes for them. Like, all of a sudden, why is that? Like, we have got to be stronger. It is just, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I'm guilty of it too. I've been there, done that. It's just like, I wish she would have just took the necklace and the ring and said, But, you know, she was really excited about it. And Marie came in and snapped her back into reality real quick. Marie was like, oh, this is sweet. You know, it just sucks that he had to sleep with 2 other girls before he did it. You know, Carl woke up real fast. She woke up and it was like, oh, yeah, snap back. You right. So Kyle and Brad arrived to the redemption house. Child. They walk in, you know, and Cam and Kaylee greet them, give them hugs, you know, and welcome to the redemption house. Now, Pauly and Natalie are upstairs asleep, but I guess Pauly heard Kyle's voice. So Pauly wakes up, and so he had to, like, take a minute before he came downstairs, right? So then he finally come downstairs, and I was like, ooh, it's about to go down, right? So little did I know, Pauly was upstairs having a come to Jesus meeting with himself. So when he came downstairs, you know, he came downstairs, you know, peaceful and calm, and I'm really proud of him. You know, as much as I wanted to see it go down, I am proud of him because that's growth. You know what I mean? Pauly that I knew back in the day, Pauly would have came downstairs on 1,000 ready to go at it with Kyle. But the fact that he took that moment and then came downstairs and was just chill and listened to them talk, you know, that's growth. So I'm proud of you, Pauly. I'm proud of you. I waited months to see that, but I'm proud of you. Okay, you guys, so over at the main house, it is challenge day. Yes, you guys, we made it to another challenge. So we walk up and we see all of these cages, right? And we learn that one person from each team is going to be inside of the cage, locked up, and then the other person on that team is going to have to run and go collect all of these sticks, throw them inside of the cage so that that person can tie them together with this string and make one long branch to knock this key down that's like all the way up here. Knock this key down into the cage, take it, unlock yourself, run out of the cage, run all the way down this field, and be the first team to solve this puzzle, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, Jose, cut out the middleman. Don't bring me a bunch of sticks. Go find me a stick that's as tall as Tony's ass. Bring it back, throw it in this cage so I can just go and get the hell up out of here. So he goes, and when I tell you, he brings me this stick back that is as tall as Tony's ass, okay? That was the longest stick I've ever seen in my life. While he's off finding the stick, I notice all of this writing on this wall, right? And I'm like, oh man, my big brother antenna starts to kick in. I'm like, Devon, you're gonna have to memorize this. So I see the cutting board on the ground, and I see the knife, and I see the rope, and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to put the rope on the cutting board and take the knife to cut the rope for the branches. But I said, no, squash all that. I'm gonna take this knife and I'm gonna carve these words and these numbers into it, right? So I'm carving the stuff into the cutting board. Jose comes back with a branch. I take the branch, I stand up. Like I said, I'm 5'10", so it was effortlessly. I just hit that thing, right? The key fell. I grabbed the cutting board. Jose had disappeared. I didn't know where he went. He disappeared. So when I came out, I just started screaming, Jose, run! Jose, run! Like I'm screaming to the top of my lungs because I don't know where he is, and we're in all this open field. So I need to make sure he hears me. So I'm screaming loud, and he sees I ran past him and didn't even notice. And so then he starts running behind me. So we get to the puzzle. Y'all, when I tell y'all the run from the cage to the puzzle was from South Africa to America, I'm saying. So I'm doing all this running, right? And we finally get to the puzzle. Y'all, the first 2 I know immediately. I'm like, okay, cool. I got this. Boom. So I put them on there. Bow, bow. We get to the third one. The third is a bit of a blur. I don't really remember the name like that. And it's not on my cutting board because it was at the bottom and I was working my way from the top all the way down. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to put a name up here. Boom. I knew it was a dude. So I'm like, I'm going to get a boy's name and I'm going to put it up here. Boom. I yell check. Boom. It's incorrect. So when I got it incorrect, Zach and Amanda yelled check and they got it correct. So I'm like, okay, we just can't come in last now. They got first, but we just cannot come in last. So the rule is if you get one wrong, you and your partner have to run all the way back to your cage, look and see what it is, and then run all the way back and change the puzzle piece. So we ran all the way back and then came all the way back And then I put the one on there, yell check, and that's how we came in second. I was so pissed. I was so mad at myself because I'm like, Devon, like, oh, like I was so mad at myself. Guess what the name was? The name was Tyler. I was mad at every Tyler that existed on the world. I hated every Tyler ever. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, did a Tyler really just cost me this challenge? Like, we could have won. We could have won. But, you know, we came in second. So that just goes to show the more we play, the better we do. Like, they keep throwing us in these eliminations. We keep coming in these redemption challenges. And now look at us. And playing these daily challenges, like, the better we're getting. We started all the way at barely even placing at all. Now we're coming in second place. So I was definitely proud of me and my partner. But Zach and Amanda won. They have the power vote. So even though we came in second place, it's like, damn, we still need to be prepared to go into battle. So everybody is starting to complete their puzzle now, right? Everybody is yelling check, 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 right? So now we're down to the last two teams, which is Cara and Marie and Ashley and Hunter. Now with this challenge, how it works is the team that comes in last place is going to get a disadvantage in the next challenge. So you don't want to come in last. Like it's not a purge, but it's still bad. Like you don't want to come in last place, right? So Hunter comes down running towards Ashley and she's able to do her last little check. And when she does that, she gets it right, which means Cara and Marie come in last place and they end up getting the disadvantage for the next challenge. And that's how that episode ends, you guys. You know, it was good. We were almost there. We almost had first place. Like, it was so close. So damn close. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I do miss my audios. I miss them so much, like doing my sound effects and all of that stuff. Like, I really miss it. But you guys wanted these visuals, so here they are. But yeah, man, if you liked this video, make sure you like this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for rocking with me the way that you do. You guys are the bomb always and forever. If this is your first time here and you have not subscribed to my channel, or if this is not your first time here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, yo, and hit that bell so you can get the alerts and notifications when these videos drop. I'm about to go. I'm tired. I got to get up early in the morning, but I wanted to make sure I got this video recorded tonight so I can release it tomorrow so we can stay on track so I don't have to play catch up again, okay? So with all of that being said, inhale positive energy. Exhale the bullshit. Get your glass and have a sip. Y'all, my glass was hella far away just now.
Tell him I'm on my way.